All right, we're going to bring up our next speaker, New York State Assemblyman, Mr. Joseph Saladino. Joe?
I'm so lucky to be here, and I am so blessed by God to represent good people with common sense, who think and understand fiscal conservancy, who understand that we need to protect our future and our children's future. Unfortunately, the way things have been going in Washington recently, the way things have been going on in New York State for too long, and the way things have been going on in Nassau County prove to us that something's got to be done. I'm lucky. I learned about government, good common sense in government, from people like John Venditto and Peter Schmidt. I got to follow in the great work of former Assemblyman Steve Labriola, now our town clerk. And sitting right next to me on the floor of the Assembly when I first got there was someone with a lot of experience, very bright, a registered nurse, a legal expert, an assemblywoman with an incredible track record, and that woman, Maureen O'Connell, our Nassau County Clerk. Well, a minute ago I said there's a big problem in Nassau County, but I'm also telling you that Maureen O'Connell is with Nassau County. She's there as one of the few checks and balances to keep an eye on our county executive and keep an eye on the majority of the Nassau County legislature and say no to new taxes. And you need to do a little homework. You can applaud Maureen O'Connell when she said, no, that's not fair. And Peter Schmidt said no to that home energy tax that raises our ability to stay here and enjoy the great services that John Venditto, Steve Labriola, and the town board provide. He said no, but we still got hit with that god-awful home energy tax that I am so fed up with. So you need to do a little homework, please. Help me, help you, help our community, help Long Island. Check the record of your Nassau County legislator. See if he or she voted for that home energy tax. If they didn't, support them. But if they did, they've got to go. I know I'm being a little political, but that's the reality of our future. When that MTA payroll, that MTA bailout came for us, an unfair and unreasonable tax that's making it tougher to stay in our homes. The majority in the Assembly said, we're not going to exempt school districts, you pay. We're not going to exempt the town, the county, local government, you pay. We're not going to exempt your businesses and everything else. You pay. And that bill was passed by the New York City majority without a sunset, meaning no end, without any forcing of an oversight committee to make the MTA change the way they do business. This railroad station has had some improvements, but the MTA can have a lot more improvements without riding our backs on tax after tax after tax. So my advice is to follow the good thinking of leaders in Nassau County like Maureen O'Connell, who's been there for us all along, the toughest fighter you'd ever want on your team, and Peter Schmidt. Give him a growl, Peter. The toughest fighter, who stands up to the Swazi energy tax, who stands up to that majority in the legislature and says no. People like John Venditto, Steve Labriola, and their team, who could really, the Democrats in the legislature could learn a lot from the town of Oyster Bay. I'm sorry I'm being political, but we've got to get smart, fine-tune our efforts, support the people who protect you, and throw the bums out who don't care if you can afford to live here or not. That's my 2 cents. Thank you so much for coming out here. Thank you for good, fiscal, conservative thinking that makes a difference. Let's embrace it. Let's stay together. Let's keep this going.
Thank you, John. Let's just give a nice hand for all of these speakers that took their time come out tonight, and also the town of Oyster Bay for allowing us to use the showmobile. This is what it's about. Government working for the people. Okay, not the other way around. Our next speaker